I'm a professional streamer.
Let the story commence. Craig was taking pictures in these local parks. He got himself a new phone, but shallow depth of field was nice, but it wasn't like you get with the real cameras. Last time he had a good camera was back in college, 1992, and it was a film camera, and he wanted that. He wanted that proper lens, get yourself lenses and all that. And he went into a shop. He said, "I'm looking for a camera, proper. Like, I want to take proper pictures. The phone's good, but I want to take. Just looking for something to really get into. I just love when there's no leaves and all that. You just things look a bit more interesting with the sort of mist and the branches and." If it's a wee bit icy, I think if it just looks a bit more reflective. Okay, well, what we can do, we'll have this here. This is the Sony something. Is that digital? It is. All the cameras here are digital. Don't worry about that. No, I'm actually looking for a film camera because I want to get that, really kind of shallow depth of field that you used to get in like old films, if you know what I mean. All right, well, the shallow depth of field, you get that with these cameras. It's really to do with the lens as opposed to the camera body itself. And Craig went, "No, that's not true. That's not true." And he saw another person who worked there. This is like Jessup's, one of these sorts of places. Kind of turned towards him, listening. And he kind of addressed this other guy as well. Depending on the sensor size, depending on the size of the sensor, you're not going to get a shallow depth of field. I think some of these are 3/4 size sensors, and I believe no, you'll get shallow depth of field, but it can't. I saw it in a diagram. Well, these are full. Maybe I think I remember something like that. So you can call me Craig. Craig. But these are full sensors. This is full 35mm sensors, right? But I want a film camera, so I can get that really shallow depth of field. As I said, sir, can I just jump in? It was the colleague. Aye there, don't listen to him. The film's got nothing to do with it. Film does affect the look, though, said Craig. It does affect the look. It affects the contrast and the highlights. So the dynamic range of film is much greater than digital. That's true, but the cameras we've got here are 12 stops of dynamic. I don't really know what that is, but 12 stops, 12. In fact, I think it's longer than that. Well, I don't really know what that means. I just know that film has got, like, if you watch a film, you'll notice that the film. Can I interrupt you? Sorry, Craig. So, I can tell you right now, none of the cameras. We've got one camera that's film, but you don't want that. It's just a wee kind of cheapy sort of thing. Shallow depth of field is to do with like the lens and the sensor, I think, can affect it. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back to college for that. But that's the kind of where I learnt all this. This was in college, and I've done it for years. It's really to do with the lens. It's to do with the lens and the aperture. Right. So can I have a look at the film camera then? You can, but it's just a kind of cheapy thing, just for people who can have a look at that. If you want, but it's really, if it's a shallow depth of field you're looking for, you're not going to get it with this camera. Can I look at it though? If you want. Okay. So it's there. It's just a kind of, you put the film in. You remember, it's like the old disposable ones. You put the film in and do that, take it to get it developed. But that's not going to give a shallow depth field. So how much is this? $35.99. Right, I'll take that then. Okay. But I'm sort of going about this. Craig, is it? If you're looking for that shallow depth of field, where it's this is in focus, but that's all blurry and anything kind of there is out of focus. I know what shallow depth of field is. I went to college. Well, if you're looking for that, you're not going to get it with this kind of camera. You just know. But I had a film camera in college, and we had it with that. I know, but this is look at the size of the lens. It's not going to happen with that. It's not really. It's not to do with the size of the lens. It's to do with the aperture. Just okay. That's $35.99. That's $35.99 then. Okay. Now I'll be checking this. If this is the got shallow depth of field, can I bring the camera back? You can bring it back if it's faulty, but I'm telling you right now. And they heard somebody in the background going like, I'm telling you now. And Craig went, what's that he's singing? Oh, it's nothing. I'm telling you now. And the person again, I'm telling you. And Craig went, is he taking a piss? No, it's a song that we heard. Hold on, I'll show you. And he got his phone out. And he went, is this here? Look. And Craig said, well, I want to call that shallow depth of field. I can see they're at focus, but he's at focus. The whole thing is kind of blurry because this is probably uploaded to YouTube in the 60s. So it's probably a low resolution. And the guy went, right, so that's $35.99 for the camera. Right, so can I bring that back then? If it isn't a shallow depth of field? Yes, if it isn't a shallow depth of field, you can bring it back. Craig went away. A few days later, came back to the shop. And the guy went, oh, hello, you notice the camera does have shallow depth of field? No, I've not done that yet. I've come back to get it developed. They went, oh, we don't develop film here. You don't develop film in a camera shop? No, we just sell cameras. You have to go to somewhere like Boots. I don't even know if they do it anymore, but right, and went away. And then he came back 2 weeks later, and he went, right now. Craig was like that, shaking, confrontation. Right, I want to return this. You said to me that this would have a shallow depth of field. I didn't. I said it wouldn't. But why did you let me walk out? Well, look at these pictures I've got. And he took it like a kind of, the scrapbook sort of thing, a photo album thing, like that. I actually had that, with the kind of the film era, the kind of cellophane, era, like that kind of thing. Right, so look. So this is the first one here. And it was a picture of a tree. The tree in the foreground was in focus. Buildings in the background were in focus. Everything was in focus. You said this is a film camera. Then why has it got there's no shallow depth of field? He said it is a film camera. You know it's a film camera because you got it developed. I never said that. I said there's no shallow depth of field. I just think I was lied to. The guy went, okay, I'll give you a full refund. I want to complain to the manager. I'm the manager. Well, I want to speak to your head office. Right, okay. I can give you a number. Call. You just don't seem to care. I do care. All the time, the guy that worked there was thinking to himself,
I'm going to lose my fucking job.
And he had just moved to Glasgow. And he thought Glasgow was a friendly city. And he was thinking,
is this still the city of love?
Do you know what I mean? But he thought, this guy's not got a leg to stand on, it doesn't really matter. He said, there's the number for the head office. It's like you don't care. I can give you a refund. I don't want a refund, I just want this to get sorted. What is it you'd like me to do? I just want this to get sorted. I don't want a refund, I just want this to get sorted out. And he heard in the background the guy who was going, I'm telling you right before, went like, fucking sort you out, you cunt. And Craig went, I heard every word of that. And the guy came out and went like, aye, did you? And what? And the guy who was serving Craig, who's called John, went like, just hold on, Graham, don't. No. And what? He fucking told you. He fucking told you. Was the shallow depths of field? You were fucking tilt. And went like that, put his head up to Craig like that, you know, head against head like that. He fucking told you. You were fucking tilt like that. And that wee push with the head like that. And he kept going like that. And Craig went back a wee bit. And then he stepped forward and went like that. And Craig went back a bit. And then the guy stepped forward a wee bit more. Graham went like that. And Craig went back. All the way out the door. So it's a wee bit at a time. By that much each time. All the way out the door. And Graham said, see if I fucking see you back here. It'll be more than a fucking shallow depth of field. You'll be going in a fucking shallow grave, you cunt. And Craig went, I'm taking this to head office. And Graham went, your head will be in a fucking office, the office of a fucking coroner. Or a mortician. Because I will behead you. I will behead you here on the street. And not a court in the land will convict me. Not a court in the land. And Craig went, took a quick picture, because he had film in it. Took a quick picture. And Craig got it developed. He ran away and got it developed. And see, because he'd went like, he'd flipped the camera, kind of flicked it, when taking it, it was a bit blurry. And Craig went, oh, because it's kind of out of focus. And some bits were in focus because there was movement, but at the same time, other bits weren't movement, you know, it was kind of like that way. So stuff in the background. You know, like if you took a camera, if there's a subject there, you see what Craig did, he had this camera, and there's that guy Graham, right? And he sort of took a picture and sort of did it that way. Like that look. So it looked like this Graham was sort of like whizzing past the camera, it looked kind of a little bit out of focus, but the background wasn't changing much, so that wasn't so blurry. So you had a kind of out of focus foreground and a kind of in focus background. It looked like a kind of thing. And Craig went, do you know, that's actually that's maybe kind of shallow depth of field, kinda. And he thought, I feel bad, I feel terrible. And he went back to the camera shop to say, I'm not want to cause a confrontation, I just want to apologise because I looked, and Graham came fucking charging out and kicked fuck at him, man. Kicked fuck at him. The end. The end. Oh, shit. Sorry, I cleared the chat. Whoops. Whoops daisy. Clearing chat is such a boomer thing. Yeah, that's inaccurate because I'm not a boomer. I'm Generation X. We would get let out the house on our BMXs 6 in the morning, wouldn't come back till midnight. Mom and Dad would be like that. Walk in the door, they'd be like that.